and welcome back to another my kitchen to yours. Now I almost said what I eat in a day, but it's not what I eat in a day. It is my live cooking event, SOS Free Whole Food Plant-Based. A lot of people that are on a vegetarian or omnivorous diet don't exactly know what I'm eating. There's a lot of questions about that, and it's not about protein. I think I came across the where do you get your protein question once, and the other times it's almost like it's always like, what do you eat? When they hear no salt, oil, sugar, no animal products, meat, eggs, dairy, fish, chicken, cheese, they really don't know what I'm eating. And so I want to show you what I'm eating. It is not that difficult. It is absolutely delicious. If you're not used to SOS free, it might need you a while for your taste buds to get used to it, but it's possible. And the first thing I'm making is a grain bowl today. For that, I have 2 parsnips and 2 carrots, and I peel them and chop them or slice them. I think I quarter and slice the parsnip then. And I completely understand why people who are not eating that way don't know what I'm eating. We don't live in a world that eats a lot of fruit, vegetables, whole grains. It's mostly refined grains and ready meals and sweets, chocolate, treats, and fish. And even I grew up in Bavaria and in Franconia in Germany, and it's very heavy meat based there. It's we eat a lot of meat. We eat pork roast and Schäufele, which is, how do you explain Schäufele? It's the bone. I think it's the shoulder bone and the meat on the shoulder bone. So you get served the bone and the meat on the bone, which sounds weird, and it is weird, but if you grow up with, you don't question it. And so I didn't question it, and I really loved it. And to that, we usually have knödel or Kloß. Kloß and knödel are the same 2 things, it's just a different pronunciation. And it's potatoes, and you take the potatoes, you mash them raw. I think they are raw when you do that. And then you remove the starch. And after that, so you squeeze it, you put it into a cloth and you really squeeze it until all the starch is out of the potatoes, or most of it. And then you add milk and salt, and I think that is what is added. And then you mix everything properly, and you make balls about that size. So you can make different sizes of balls. And within the potato balls, you usually put in toasted bread in the middle. So you make a ball, you halve the ball, you put the toasted bread in the ball, and then you close it again. It's supposed to make the potato ball more fluffy, I guess, but I'm not too sure if that's working. So that is what we get to our meat when we eat roasts in Bavaria, pork roast or deer roast or whatever it is, or veal. You get a Kloß, so-called potato ball to it. And sometimes there's a little salad as a side, or they also add a piece of tomato, a slice of cucumber, and a little piece of lettuce to it. And I always went first, or not always, but most of the time, let's say that usually I went first for the salad. And when I had the salad or the tomato and cucumber and lettuce eaten, then I finished my meat and the other things. But most people really don't even touch their salad. I know a lot of people, maybe not most, but I know a lot of people who don't even touch their salad and just focus on the meat, mostly. And so, Bavaria is very sausage. We have a lot of different sausages and cheese, and we have sausage for breakfast and for dinner and sometimes for in between. And with bread, a lot of bread as well, or buns. So it's not really a balanced diet and far apart from a healthy diet. And I was lucky that I grew up in a family who actually ate fruit. So we had always bananas. I'm still obsessed with bananas. I don't eat so many anymore. I eat maybe 1 or 2 bananas a day. But when I grew up, it could be up to 10 bananas I ate a day. And so for this, by the way, for the grain bowl, I use the pressure cooker, the Instant Pot. And so I usually had bananas every day. And then I had sometimes an apple or a pear or grapes, strawberries when there was strawberry time, or blackberry time. So there were the different seasons, other fruits. And so now next I take the carrots. And at Christmas time, we usually had oranges, clementines, mandarins, usually sitting in front of the TV in the evening. That as a snack. And we had a lot of nuts to snack on as well, besides the sweets we had. So at Christmas time, it was mostly oranges and mandarins and clementines, but also peanuts and walnuts. And then I changed and became vegetarian. In between vegetarian and vegan, I was pescatarian, so I started eating fish, which I stopped then again. And then I turned vegan. And turning vegan was already weird for people. It was 2014, so quite a while ago. And in Munich, I lived in Munich at this time, and being vegan was not a common thing at all. So there weren't much opportunities to eat out. I started cooking my food at home. I made usually pumpkin, Hokkaido pumpkin potato soup. I really love that. And vegetables. I found some sweets, but this was the start for me to skip all sweets, because I really was addicted to sweets, and I had a lot of chocolate during the day. So I decided, because if I went to the supermarket, I didn't even arrive home with the chocolate I bought. I went out of the supermarket and I started eating it until it was gone fairly quickly, actually. So I decided not to buy it anymore. It was the only option I had, not buy chocolate and sweets anymore. No gummy bears, nothing in this way, in this direction, because otherwise I would have eaten it. I wasn't under control then. I didn't have it under control. So it was really the best to not eat it at all. And then I turned vegan, and there was no chocolate anymore. The bakeries are most of the things in the bakeries in Germany are with eggs and dairy. So sweets there, chocolate croissant or something was off the table as well. There was only what was there. I could buy something. I think there was 1 or 2 breads I could buy, but everything else had either dairy or eggs in it. And the big change for me came then when I moved to London in 2016, because London was really good for veganism, and still is. And there was Pret a Manger, and I really enjoyed all of the food there. And I went out a lot to try all different types of food and restaurants and cafes, vegan cafes, and meet friends and meet new people, which was really fun. So at the moment I'm chopping the garlic. I'm not mincing it, I'm just chopping it roughly. Feel free to mince it. So the thing is that I never got really healthy on a vegan diet. And so I started, when I was living in London, I started already looking for a way to heal my body completely. And that was extremely difficult to find the right information, because there's not a lot of information about, there's a lot of information out there, but it's very contradictory. And finding the right way is extremely hard. So I stumbled onto the raw vegan diet. And when I left Ireland in London in 2017 to move to Ireland, I decided to go on a raw vegan diet. It wasn't very successful because only raw is something I can't sustain. It's not a sustainable way of eating for me. So now I'm chopping the onion. And so I was raw mostly during the week. I had a lot of smoothies and fruit, which didn't heal my body at all. And now I know why, because I had Candida albicans, and Candida albicans thrives on sugar. And when you have Candida albicans and have a high fruit diet and a high starch diet, you're just feeding the Candida. So everything got actually worse with interstitial cystitis and my pain, my COPS didn't improve. So I didn't heal my body on a mostly raw vegan diet. And what was my luck is that I met my ex-boyfriend in 2017 when I came to Ireland. There was this vegan meetups in Cork City. And I went there, and he was vegan as well. He was mostly whole plant-based, SOS free, but he made some exception when he went out or at home. Sometimes I think at home he completely was SOS free. He was really against oil, which I totally understand now. I couldn't understand it at the beginning, but he just mentioned it to me from time to time. He just said, yeah, well, there is this Dr. Greger, there's this Dr. Fuhrman, and try it out, see what's maybe check it out and see what you think. And it took me quite a while. It took me about half a year, to look into it. And then it just hit me. And I saw why salt, oil, and sugar is absolutely no health supportive food. I didn't understand it when I was still vegan or before that time, because we are not educated correctly. There is a lot of information out there, but a lot of misinformation as well. And so when I was looking into it, I understood why salt, oil, and sugar is not the healthiest thing to eat, and why additives, when you buy ready meals and processed food, why these additives are just not healthy at all for your body and don't contribute to your health. It makes you happy for a few seconds to eat processed food, but that's it. And I totally get it. I was living on ready meals for quite a while. Even when I grew up, my mom was divorced, and she had to take care of me and my sister, and was working at the same time because my dad didn't pay anything for us. And so she got ready meals for us. So I came home, I went to the cupboard, took out the microwave food, removed the packaging, put it in the microwave, and after 2 minutes I had something to eat, and it was easy. It was nice, and I enjoyed it. Not everything, so there was something like roulade or goulash or something like that. That wasn't my preferred thing. But cevapici, I loved it. And so that is the food I ate when I was a child. And my mom didn't know better, I didn't know better, my family didn't know better. So it's just the way it was in the 80s and 90s. So now I have celery stalks here, and I chop that as well. I slice it, make slices. Yeah, and then back to Ireland, 2017. So in the end of 2017, I think around October 2017, I started looking into it. I connected the dots, and I decided that I want to change my diet. from a mostly raw vegan diet to a SOS-free whole plant-based diet. The question was how, because I was working full-time, I was sharing a house, and it wasn't easy to transition. So I decided at Christmas, I had a few days off. I took a few days off on Christmas, and I decided to change to go on a water fast. I also, when I was looking into SOS-free, I stumbled onto True North, and I decided to do a 5-day water fast before I start my SOS-free journey. And then a week before Christmas, or the week before Christmas, I think it was around Wednesday, Thursday, my colleague came to me and said, can you cover for me? I need to be off between Christmas and New Year's Eve. And I said, yes, I can. I wasn't happy about it at all, but I did it. So I went on the water fast I was working on the 26th, I think we were working, and to the 30th of December, yes. And then on the 1st or 2nd of January again. So we had only 1-2 days off because we were covering EMEA, the European market. And we had to be there for the customers. So I went on this diet and on the water fast. I was 1 or 2 days on the water fast when I had to go back to work, to the office, and it was completely difficult. I was cold because when you go on a water fast, your body temperature drops and you're cold already, and it was winter, in the middle of winter, December. I did a water fast, which I will never ever do again. And because it's getting so cold, and then I had to go on the bus, I had to commute there to be in the office, and I was wrecked. I was really exhausted. It wasn't an easy thing for me, my first water fast. So this is, by the way, barley, pearl barley. I put that into the pot as well. And then before I continue, I put all ingredients in, and then I finish my story, hopefully. So the next what comes in is the bay leaf. I put in a little pepper. This is black pepper. So if you want to have it a bit spicy, put more pepper in. If you just want to have a bit of a taste of it, then only a little pepper. It's up to you. And then we have parsley. You can use fresh parsley or dried parsley. In the recipe is fresh parsley, but I forgot to buy it, so I used dried one. And then we have smoked paprika. We use half a teaspoon. It's actually good if you go on an SOS-free whole plant-based diet, or if you are on one or in the transition, get measurement spoon. Even if you live in Europe and you don't, because I think cups and teaspoons is just the American way to do it. Because we in Europe usually use a scale, but I think measuring spoons and cups are way easier to use. So I totally transitioned to that and don't use scales very often anymore, to be honest. So what I put in here as well is rosemary, thyme. Oh, that smells so good. Thyme is absolutely one of my popular herbs. And then lemon juice, lime juice, or apple cider vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar with the mother. It's usually 1 to 2. I boil it, something like that. So I think it's 1 tablespoon or 1 teaspoon. Can't remember. So now I need to go over there because I forgot to prepare the water. I just put water in. And so it's 4 cups of water. The Mexican rice bowl, the sweet potato lentil bowl, and this grain bowl, they were all supposed to be stews. And then I figured out that if I make bowls out of it and use not as much water, I like it more. But I will make stews with them as well because I really want to share the recipes. So then I put it in the Instant Pot. You can use a pressure cooker as well. And I use actually the pressure cooker setting. and pressure cook it for 15 minutes. So, and while that is in the pressure cooker, we are making cookies. And these are whole foods, plant-based cookies, so it's whole wheat what I use. And the texture is a bit different to refined flour. When you use whole meal flour, it's different. I have friends who are not on this way of eating and they say you can eat them, they are good, but we wouldn't because they're not used to it. So it sometimes just takes a while to get used to everything. I just swap things here to continue. I hope I have everything. So what I use is a bowl and a potato masher for the bananas, the flour. I got coarse flour and I just put it into the blender and blended it so it's fine. And then we have the nutmeg and soy milk. You can use any unsweetened milk you like. I make my own soy milk. I was never a fan of soy milk, and then I started making my own, and then now I'm in love with the soy milk. I just love soy milk. I need the cups though. So here are the cups. And what we're gonna do is we use 1.5. So I'm kind of eyeballing that as well. 1.5. That is about 1.5 cups of flour, whole meal flour. Then we have apple puree. I made that myself. This is just apple puree. There's a bit of lemon juice in though, but I didn't put in any cinnamon because I have cinnamon already in the cookies. So it's actually, it was supposed to be where the other cups. No. Here. I got them. And I use about 1/3 of apple puree, 1/3 cup, and put that here. Then we have a dash of nutmeg and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder and ginger powder. You can use fresh ginger as well. It's over there. You can grate it. It is a bit stronger when you use fresh ginger, in my view. Try it out, what you prefer most. It's up to you. And then we have bananas. And I do not use date syrup now because I got the date syrup. It's over there in the health shop. It's actually a German brand. It's Your Organic Nature. No, I think it's Netherlands. Is it Dutch? Kind of Dutch German. And it's stuck. It's kind of stuck in here, so it doesn't come out anymore. And I had a little fight with it. So I need it for salad dressing, which we made later on. And I have prepared it, but I didn't have the patience to prepare it for that as well. So I'm taking bananas. You can use more apple puree, you can use more bananas. It doesn't really matter. You can use date syrup on top of it if you want to have it super sweet with bananas, or you use just apple puree and date syrup, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. And then we need a little milk. And what I'm gonna do, I make that easy, I mash it. And now I'm trying to end my story. And I don't even know where I stopped. I stopped at the water fast during Christmas. There I was freezing cold in the office doing water fast. My first water fast, water only. And I was working, I wasn't happy about it, but I did it. And the water fast was difficult because it was freezing cold in the office as well. And as I said, the temperature, your body temperature drops when you're on a water fast. And with the winter times, with the cold from the outside and from the inside, it was very uncomfortable. And then after 5 days, 4 or 5 days, I wanted to go for 5 days. I'm not sure anymore if I did it only for 4 days, but I think it was 5 days. I stopped and I started my SOS-free journey, and it was difficult. It was really challenging at the beginning because I was so addicted to salt that I didn't taste a thing. I started already when I was in my apprenticeship. I did an apprenticeship in an office in 1996 to 1999, and I made food sometimes for me and for my friends, and I brought it to not friends and colleagues, so we were very close at work there. I had very good colleagues there, and I salted the food and everything, and then I offered it to the others, and they were super happy, and I didn't taste a thing, and I had to salt it even more. So this was the start already with my salt addiction. And when I was, for example, when I went to McDonald's, and at this time I was at McDonald's about once a week, and I got fries, I took all of those little packages of salt, 2 or 3 of them, but the fries were already salted, but I didn't taste anything. So I took them and I added that as well to my fries, and it was really bad. And that is how I lived. I was living for quite a while. And then I changed to this way of eating, no salt anymore, and I didn't taste a thing. And I was, I knew I had to go through it. There's no way around. I just have to do it. And after a few months, they say everybody reacts differently, and I think it depends a lot on how much salt you have used before you change to a salt-free diet. And so for me, it took quite a while, not only a few weeks, months, until I got my taste buds back, and until I was tasting the real flavors again. And every month I tasted a bit more and more and more. And then I was so this was from January or for end of December to September. And in September 2018, I was in True North in California doing a water-only fast for 14 days. And after that, since then, the food just tastes amazing. And I taste salt so strong now that I can't eat salty things anymore. Because everything that contains salt, or most of the things are just too salty for me, and I don't enjoy it anymore. But so that is the dough. I try to show this to you now. Let's see. So here is the cookie dough. Here, cookie dough. And what we're gonna do now is I forgot to preheat the oven. Always preheat the oven. And we're turning that 180 degrees. Forgive me, I don't know the Fahrenheit at the moment, Celsius. So I preheat the oven, and while I'm doing that, or while the oven is getting warm, I'm preparing the cookies. And you can just shape them how you like. I never had really cookies. I mean, I had them maybe 10, 15 years ago, but since then, not really. And especially since I'm on an SOS-free diet, I didn't have any cookies which I buy or which other people offer me because I couldn't eat them because of oil and salt and dairy and so on, and butter probably. And so I do not know the shape really anymore. And I just, every cookie looks different, but it's more about the taste anyway, even though so the look of it is important. But I bet you have more experience in that than I do with the cookies. So I'm on this way of eating since the end of 2017. Super happy with it. I was eating out in 2018, 2019, before COVID, with vegan friends from Cork. And I found actually restaurants in Dublin that made meals for me. They made SOS-free meals for me that were vegan restaurants. They're not there anymore since COVID. They had to shut, unfortunately. But the food was really good. And I was in London. There's a London trip video on my YouTube channel actually, where I was there with my boyfriend at this time, and we went to what was an Indian or an Asian? Asian is Indian. It was an Asian restaurant. Was it Indian? And they cooked for us from scratch. They made everything from scratch, and no salt or sugar. And they didn't believe us that we liked it because there was no oil in it. They were convinced that without the oil, we don't like it, and we really enjoyed it. And it was really, really good. And so I think it's very difficult in Ireland to find places that can accommodate this way of eating. Especially because every salad that comes in a restaurant, or most of the time, most of the restaurants have prepped salads. So they have oil already in it. They got that, probably they order the food, or they make a big batch every day. And sometimes they get it in buckets. They get salads, they order that stuff, and it comes in buckets already ready to serve. So it's oil. Everything is oily here. Everything is oily. And it's very difficult to eat out here. So in the last years after COVID, I had friends that weren't vegan, and I went to restaurants. I stayed vegan, but I had a normal vegan food, not SOS free, and it was okay. Sometimes it was too salty. Other times I enjoyed it, but then I didn't get full because the portions are super small, and I eat super big portions now. And I'm just kind of starving afterwards, but I don't tell anyone because I don't want to upset them. They're really enjoying that, going out, eating out. So I did it a few times, and I won't do it anymore. I feel that I lost myself there, and I try to make other people happy, and I just don't. Everyone should do what they feel like it's right for them, and it's not what I feel good with. Because if I have this type of food, SOS-free or plant-based, I'm super happy. I'm the happiest person. I can just live on potatoes, white potatoes or sweet potatoes, and I'm happy. I don't need anything else. And I know a lot of people don't understand, because how can they understand? It's not possible to understand that. But I understand now. And I will never ever go back to eating animals anyway, no. And salt, oil, and sugar, I'm not attracted to it anymore. So these are my cookies. There's still a bit of dough left, but I don't have space on the tray anymore. I put them in. They are, when the oven is preheated, it takes about 10 minutes. It might take a bit longer now, but that doesn't really matter. So this goes here. I'm changing. The next what we have is, this is still heating up, is the salad. Where can I put that? Oh, yeah. Just clear now. And yeah, so the question that I stumbled onto the most when someone asked me, what do you eat? And I say, SOS-free or plant-based, is what do you eat? It's not, where do you get your protein? What about your vitamin B12 or other vitamins or anything? It's usually, what do you eat? No one understands. And I get it, because I wouldn't understand, or I wouldn't have understood it before I changed to this way of eating. Let's see, I just put that over here. We're making a salad. Because salads are super delicious and super easy if I don't throw it down. Yeah. And we don't eat enough of these salads, so we're making one now. I just need a bowl. Oh, I have it here. Yes, here's the bowl. And what we have. And this can stay here. And oh, hold on, I swapped that. I do this the other way around because I need this chopping board for preparing a few ingredients. So, oh yeah, something is in the way here. So, it's like metric. Tetris is a Tetris. Finding the right spots for everything so it fits. So, and what we have here is we are making a sweet sour dressing with liquid aminos. I thought liquid aminos is not something a lot of people use. When I had to order this in the health shop actually because the Bragg ones they don't deliver to Ireland anymore. So we don't get the liquid aminos from Bragg's anymore. We only get it from Marigold. The Bragg ones seems to be okay in the US still. I don't know how it is in the rest of Europe, but Ireland, there is no supply anymore. And in the health shop, they didn't even know what that is. So, 50 minutes left, and then the grain bowl is ready. And liquid aminos is a substitute of soy sauce, a healthy substitute, because there's no Crab in it. It's no additives, nothing. It's just hydrolyzed vegetable protein from soy and water. And it's super delicious. I never liked soy sauce, but I like Bragg's or Marigold liquid aminos. I just need the other knives here. So, and what we do now is I have spinach, and I have a mixed lettuce with rocket and a few other leaves and beetroot. That was already mixed from the supermarket. What I got here, let me put that in. And then I use a bell pepper, and you can use whatever ingredient you like. You can swap and use the ingredients you prefer in your salad. If you want to, you can chop the salad as well to make it smaller, to make it more edible. I sometimes do that. I can show you that. Take the salad and then I chop it. And the idea of doing that, because it's really easy to eat then, it's not big leaves that might not go well into your mouth. It's just easy to eat then. And we had, I don't even know if it's still in Ireland. I suppose it is. Do you say shop? Do you say cafe? It's not a cafe, it's called Chopped. And they make salads and a few other things as well. And they chop every salad. So they take a huge bowl and they put everything in. And then when you have chosen what you want to have in the salad, they take it out and they chop it with a mandarin. I think it's a mandarin. And that is where you have the idea from. And then you can just easily eat it with a fork or with a spoon. You can spoon it. It's very nice. And when I was still working in an office job in 2019 before COVID, and the beginning of 2020, January, February, before COVID totally shut down everything. I was actually making my own salad for work because the chopped salads are extremely delicious, but also expensive. So I made my own chopped salads at home. I took my ingredients, I chopped them small, the lettuce, everything, and then I put it into a bowl and took it to work. And they didn't understand. They were like, how can you chop your salad? But why not? Everything is possible. Yeah. It's good to be flexible and to figure out the things you like the most and to not be stuck, because otherwise if you're stuck, you don't feel good. If you try new things and you see you don't like it, then you don't continue it. But maybe you like it and maybe you get benefits out of it. And then you have it easier in life. So this is for the dressing. And then I have Brussels sprouts. I already peeled them. So I halved and quartered them. And that one as well. So here's I always cut the Oh, what is it called now? I forgot the name. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. Yeah. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. And I will answer them. And that way. And 2 more. And then what I'm doing next is I'm adding a bit of sweet things as well, so sweetness with grapes. And I have the grapes, they're very small grapes, teeny tiny baby grapes. And I just use a few to have it sweet and nice. I like that. When I changed to an SOS-free diet, I made a lot of cakes and chocolate stuff. So cakes with chocolate, actually. And I put chocolate in my porridge, which I still do chocolate powder, not chocolate, but chocolate powder. I still put 1 teaspoon of chocolate powder usually in my porridge, unless I make a what I eat in a day video or so, because I want to give you some ideas what you can do with the porridge, and I don't want to do the same every time. But chocolate powder is actually very healthy, and I do not taste the chocolate in the porridge, to be honest. I do it more for health reasons, because it's very health supportive. But at the beginning, when I started it, I still had this sugar cravings and sweet cravings and just fruit. I love fruit and I ate a lot of fruit and I still eat fruit. Not so much anymore because I really got over everything. So now I added tomatoes, by the way. Small tomatoes. And it's just, when you change your diet, it takes a while, but your taste buds adjust. And they also say your gut bacteria adjust and your gut bacteria are craving things. So when your gut bacteria are used to processed food and to chocolate and to dairy and cheese and so on, then you want to eat that. And you kind of retrain your gut bacteria and your taste buds. And that's working. And I do not need, honestly, I don't need chocolate anymore or anything. Sometimes it's nice to have it and I enjoy it when I make it. Or there's the cookies, I enjoy them. And then the energy balls I made last week, I enjoy them. But I don't need to make them all the time. And I'm more into cruciferous vegetables now, broccoli and Brussels sprouts and kale and so on, and the leafy greens. That definitely has changed. It was a huge change actually for me. And then we have a bit of sweet corn as well, to get a bit of coloring and different flavors. And put that over here. And then I have my sprouts. I started sprouting again. I wasn't sprouting for a while. Now I started it and I really enjoyed it. And I chopped that down as well here. Because it's so easy and they are so good. They are not calorie dense, the opposite, low calorie something. And really good. You can cook with them. You can just add them raw. You can make Chinese food and miso soup and so on with them. And they're very versatile. Fit in a lot of different dishes. They are crunchy. Unless you cook them, then they get soft actually. A bit. Depends on how long you cook them. And just super easy to make and super delicious. And now we're making the dressing. So I have here the date syrup. I use that bowl. And then we add mustard powder. I eyeball it. Mustard powder here. And then the soy sauce. I eyeball everything at the moment. It's not soy sauce, it's a liquid aminos. Is that soy sauce? No, it's liquid aminos. And white wine vinegar. I think I can take a bit more of the liquid aminos actually. Just like that. So don't do it like that at home. Trust me, do it properly. Use your measurement spoons. And then we have sesame seeds. Put it. And I have ginger here. And I grate the ginger into the sauce. Dressing, is it actually? And I was looking for nut-free dressings a while ago, already a couple of years ago, because a lot of SOS-free dressings you find online contain nuts, and either tahini or peanut butter or almond butter, and I get it, it's super delicious. But there are people who don't like nut dressings or who can't eat them because they have heart disease and they stay away from nuts and seeds. And so I was looking into that, and I found liquid aminos and a few other ways to do nut-free dressings as well. And I really love it. At the beginning, I only had tahini dressings, and now I swap it. Whatever I want to have, I have. That's the way it is. So this is the ginger. And then we also grate garlic, one garlic clove. So remove the skin. And then we grate the garlic into the dressing. How long is that? 5 minutes left. Okay. Sure. I also snack sometimes on raw garlic, but it's very spicy. It's extremely spicy, and you smell really like garlic afterwards. So nothing when you need to go to work, when you're not working from home, is not recommended. Unless everyone is eating garlic. Because we live in a world where that is not common to eat so much garlic. And then I just mix it properly. And then it looks like that. And it doesn't look very appetizing actually. But it is. It is very delicious. I mix it a bit more. And then I mix it into the salad. So, and mix it in. Maybe not enough dressing for the salad. I think I made the salad too big. But let's see, maybe it mixes in. And I continue that here. Yeah, no, it smells good. Oh yeah, that's good, really good. And you have in the sesame seeds, you have the omega-3s, so you cover your omega-3 intake. But it's never wrong, never bad to take an omega-3 supplement, EPA or DHA, or both. I don't, but I think I will do that. I will continue that because there's a study that even they always said after 50, when you turn 50, your body is not able to convert the omega-3 from the seeds into what the body uses. But now they figured out that when you're younger, it can be that your body can't convert it. So it's good to take a omega-3 supplement. And I'm already 46. I'm turning 47 this year. So it might be a good idea for me to supplement that. I supplement with B12 2 to 3 times a week. And I have my vitamin D, either supplement or mushrooms, vitamin D mushrooms. And I have very clean supplements that doesn't contain any additives or what is not needed in a supplement. And I wouldn't use iron or magnesium or anything because I'm covered there with my diet. I know that some people, some really need it, but I'm lucky there and I don't need it. And if you eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables and legumes and whole grains, you might not need any iron, magnesium, or other supplement either. And some of them can actually be health deteriorating. So it might not be even good to take. Multi-supplements is not a good idea to take. That is what I read. Okay, so the salad ready. I just put that over there. Take that as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed that I don't throw it down. Sure. Oh, I need to check the cookies. Oh, they start smelling. Oh, that's quite good. No, I think they take. Well, now they are soft. You can eat them already. But we let them leave them in a little longer. So this is ready actually. Now, where did I put the plate? Down there. So now I check, I turn that off. And I'm checking. Whew, there's pressure on. Yeah. Okay, I'm just reheating the pressure. And it's loud enough. In the meantime, here is the salad. And it's nice. Oh, there's a lot of pressure on it actually. All right, now it's getting better. So, what you can actually do with the grain bowl as an addition, you can use onions and bake them in the oven. They're upside down, bake them in the oven. Sweet potatoes, upside down, half them, bake them in the oven. And then they're kind of slightly caramelized. You can use fennel as well. Fennel is so delicious. I have here my phone. There's my phone. Oh, but I don't find the fennel now. Nope, it's gone. I don't know, I have a fennel. But if you have a fennel, put it on a baking tray upside down and put it in the oven and bake it. Delicious. Very delicious. So what we're gonna do is, oh, here's the fennel. I got it already out of the fridge. So I did not prepare the fennel, but I took sweet potatoes and onions to prepare that a little, and we have avocados here, and then we make the nice meal. So this is hot. Okay. So I need. I don't know. Today is not my day. Where did I put the ladle? Where's the ladle gone? Oh, here. Okay. So ladle. Take that out. So the grain bowl. I give it a bit of stir as well. This is the grain bowl, and then I add the onion and a sweet potato, and if it fits on the salad, so, and the salad as well. In the meantime, the grain bowl can cool down a little. So, salad, and then we can also add a avocado. Hold on, this is not cutting. Now it's cutting. I don't know, they're a bit older, so it can be that I let them rest in the cupboard for too long. Ooh, yeah. Well, it's not too bad. Could be worse. Let's see how they taste. You never know before you taste it anyway. They're a bit soft, just a bit brown, but should be okay. Gives a little fat to the meal, healthy fats. and here, and then dip. Sure. And then I forgot about these. I took portobello mushrooms and I put them in the oven with the sweet potato and the onion. So, oh, that is a huge portion now. But this is about what I would have anyway. And before I'm checking for the cookies, I show you that. So first YouTube. I hope you can see that. I can turn the plate. So. And here. I can actually, hold on. Is that better? No, it's not better. Maybe it's better. So this is mushrooms and the onions and the sweet potato, the salad and the grain bowl. And now we're trying. First, I'm checking the cookies. Better it is. Yeah, I think we can take them out. Hold on, now I'm looking for. Oh god. Oh, I take that. Oh, okay. I quickly move that over here, and then I take the cookies out. Here they are. They could be a bit longer, but they're definitely edible. So I take that. Hold on a second. They definitely don't look like cookies, I think. I don't know. Maybe you know this better. But they taste delicious. That is my priority. So here are the cookies. They don't look like normal cookies because we used whole wheat flour. So that's the difference. And that is why they are a bit more chewy as well. So I let them cool down first, otherwise I burn myself. And now I'm trying the salad first. Oh wow. Definitely. Thumb up. It's good. And it wasn't a lot of work at all. The whole thing, what time is it now? An hour. So it took me an hour to make cookies. Well, okay, fair enough. The sweet potatoes, the mushrooms, and the onions, I already put them in the oven beforehand. So that would have taken the sweet potato, because these are the big ones. They take about 1.5 hours in the oven, depending on the oven and the temperature and everything. And the onion takes a while as well. The mushroom goes quicker though. But this is baking time, and you don't have to stand beside the oven and watch it all the time. And so the prep time for everything for the whole meal was an hour. And that's not bad actually for 1, 2, 3 things. The avocado is not good anymore. I won't eat it. Doesn't taste very good anymore. It's a bit slimy as well. So the sweet potatoes, I love sweet potatoes. I could just eat sweet potatoes all day long. And the grain one is still hot. Very good. I think they are still hot. Yeah, they are. I can actually cut them, half them, and half the halves to let it cool down quicker. Otherwise, I'm burning my mouth. I'm very sensitive if I eat things that are too hot, I'm burning my tongue, I'm burning my cheeks, the inside of my cheeks, so I'm not doing that. Oh yeah, that's this. So, and last week I made the energy balls, and I said you can freeze the energy balls. I haven't done it before, well, I hadn't done it, but I said you can easily do it, and I did it afterwards. I froze the energy balls, and I took them out in the last days to eat them one by one, or 2 or 3 in a row, and at once, and it's actually very nice. I put them into the microwave, I heat them up, and then they are soft and warm, and they are so delicious. Even better when they're just freshly made. And now I see. Let's see. Let's check. I like it. Even though it's whole wheat flour and it's a bit chewy and not the texture we are used to it, I really like them. Because they are sweet. And maybe because I'm so long on this way of eating that I don't care anymore about the texture. I just enjoy that. Alright, do you have any questions? Anything you want to know? Because otherwise, I'm ready to end the live. Okay. So, thank you very much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some ideas of how to cook things and what to do and how to handle questions. We will talk about that more in the future, how to handle questions and how to handle this way of eating and living. And yeah, thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next time. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are, and great weekend. And I hope you see you next week again. Bye.